they bring in KJ and Schofield, they're not going to be able to kill that void in the mid lane, you don't think?
I mean, if they bring 3 heroes against 1 and you don't react on Xtreme, yeah, sure. But
okay,
if the supports react to this, I feel like, yeah, maybe you kill them, but when you get like a fat time dilation onto like 3 heroes, you're definitely getting a return kill or 2.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I want to see what the skill build ends up being for XM. How good of a time dilation game is it? Coddle has a lot of spells.
It's good.
Jeez.
It's very good versus Coddle, and you have to max it too because it's not a value point anymore. It scales the same as it did before, but only at max level. The earlier levels are really doo-doo now.
But I'm assuming that I'm assuming Time Walk is what you're maxing first still though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Interesting.
Just don't go bash, I think. I'm pretty sure you just don't get bashed until later in the game. You're not going to be right-clicking many things.
I wonder if he goes like a different talent tree or something too. Probably not.
Oh, I think you do.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Battle begins.
You're not the carry of this game.
Okay, all right. Sure then. XM not able to quite get his hands on that rune quickly enough. It is still going to be 2 apiece, but Divine Llama taking some hits. They bring in KJ, and that might be enough to put DY in trouble. Hoof Stomp back up again in a moment. Doesn't even need it.
That's big.
Divine Llama going to take first blood. They already took Beast. They know Ame doesn't have Rage, but they won't go for any more, it looks like.
He was just... This is not going great right now. But it will leave K1 in a 1v1 situation. At least for now. And KJ, he can't TP because Jin... Oh, he's actually going to turn on Jin Q here.
Oh, wow.
Forces the kick out.
Boulder Smash, yeah. More damage.
For this?
DQ?
Got him!
Oh my god, KJ, what a monster.
He has no mana now.
He doesn't have TP.
But
he doesn't have TP and he took Boulder Smash.
I mean, luckily for him, though, that KJ used all his mana, so he can't even harass the XXS with this, so he can just walk up here, and KJ's gonna be like, yo, bro, I want to do something to you right now, but I can't. But he's bringing in clarity. It won't be punished that hard. It's just the Jin Q will be up to his top lane momentarily, but still a great series of events here for the side of Heroic. Really well done there.
Mid lane. We'll keep our eyes on this. So far, Analog 8 CS versus the, well, gonna be 9 and 1. Oh god, XM.
Oh.
How dare you? 8 and 1 on the CS for him as well. Zinq back in with full mana, full resources.
All right, this is another big thing. I mean, Analog did bring sentries. They're going to deward, but already slowing down the progression just a little bit of the Coddle, at least attempting to. I wonder if you just, every time you seem Coddle and the lane is void, maybe you do max time dilation, and every time he shows up, you just press W on him, and he just can't keep spamming the blast. And that'll really slow down his progression potentially as well. He's saving his skill point. He's truly thinking about it. There it is, 2 points on dilation. He's actually gonna maybe max this one first and just spam it on the Coddle, so he can't just keep blasting the lane and then go jungle and blast that next.
I mean, it's one of those moments where in like these best of ones, you know that a team has a particular interest in playing these specific heroes. I mean, he's still gonna. They've come up with a weird answer in this Faceless Void mid. We'll see how effective it is, because I can't imagine that they've scrimmed this or something, right? Maybe they have. I don't know.
I don't know, but I had to check his Dota2 Pro Tracker to see if he's played any pubs with it, and he is not.
Okay.
not in the last 8 days, at least. So this is definitely not practiced in pubs, at least. If it's been practiced in the scrims, that I do not know.
Yeah. We'll see.
Shall indeed see. And he actually missed the stack. I'm pretty absorbed in like these weird, funky matchups that you don't get to see very much.
Right.
Apologies if I'm not watching the super exciting lanes like Lifestealer versus Centaur.
Unbelievable. How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
Ame still has taken 8 points in rage. He's just going double ghoul frenzy with the feast. He's a passives kind of guy. Remember,
getting points in rage just feels bad. You only get it if you absolutely have to.
more rocket barrages being thrown around a bit up top side. And they will roll in and kick back. KJ tries to get him out of position. The skewer is there too, but they're still going to eat a rocket barrage as they head out. And one missile after the fact. But yeah, PL top CS in the game right now. A little bit ahead of the Lightstealer.
Just a bit. And time dilation, it's actually up again. Well, he wussied out though. He went only 2 points in it instead of 3.
Radiant structures.
Interesting. A sensible choice. And then he clips the wave. There's a lot of bullying going on here in this mid lane.
Of course they go. Schofield hit by the Gale. Now he's going to take a lot of damage. Very annoying. No tangos, but does have a salve, and he's probably going to have to back out and use that one.
And if the Earth Spirit ever wants to come by, this Gale is going to set up easy kills on either, whether it's Centaur or the Tiny. But we'll have to see if that's going to be the case. And something interesting about Analog's build here, we talked about how he can't kill anyone on the side lanes or the mid lane. He's not going for an Urn at all. He's actually going to go rush an Orchid. And that is actually an item that will allow him to kill some of these mobile heroes. I think he's reading the situation very well here. Will it work out though?
That's really cool. Yeah, because both of the Lifestealer and the Faceless Void rely upon their spells to get them out alive. Like even dropping Chronos randomly, you know, to stop the run in. Schofield is going to get in trouble. You mentioned that ability to head in and make a rotation. Easy kill.
Very easy. And can they punish XXS on this offlane?
Look. Gets found. 3 time dilations, but the missile is going to be there. They kill the courier first. Going to take away that last hit. Oh, it was some DOT coming in.
Yeah, he has no Chrono, by the way. He did not kill Chrono. Oh.
Another round. Forces him back. It is an amp damage that Zinq is going to take.
Where's my pension?
Huh. So the timing of this this Orchid coming out, I mean, I guess does that it changes the way that all the other heroes kind of have to play around the map, doesn't it?
It definitely has some implications, especially on item builds for Void. I think if he ever sees this coming out, and he's missed it, which he does, he sees Blitz Knuckles, he should queue up a Manta right away. And he's in a position where he's farming so fast right now that he can have this Manta in a relatively good time. Of course, he's not going to have it before the Orchid comes out. And 7-minute Wisdom runes. Jinq will get one, and Schofield will get the other.
The other thing, do you remember this? The last time that we saw this Centaur, Divine Llama, he does this every game. He goes up top to this camp and starts farming it and gives the entire lane over to Schofield the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Rotation in. K1 gonna get healed back up, and with Zinq moving in, he is going to fall. They also get onto XS. Can't quite get the toss back though. Don't know if they even wanted to be fair.
He TP'd for nothing right now, but yeah, the first rotation from Coddle. We will snag up the support for now. Jinq goes over and goes down rather, and XM will get an Empower for his troubles. Start to farm it up here. But this is not really an ideal spot for Divine Llama to be playing as Dire, right? Because like, there's literally nobody in Ame's lane now.
Yeah.
Because Schofield had to come up there and help. Like, I would understand if he was giving the support some farm there. But in this particular situation, this is just a free lane for Ame.
Right. And DY is free to farm up too. So now, well, Divine Llama, he actually does TP back to get the wave, so he doesn't actually miss that much out of it looks like. But yeah, no contestion going on right now for Ame.
I try to force the Divine Llama's ulti here. They're gonna have to.
Yeah. Oh, 8.5 minutes. pretty even game, slight lead into the favor of Xtreme.
I mean, Xtreme are technically winning all 3 lanes, but marginally.
Analog. Nearby.
Oh, he missed the roll.
Yeah, the kick back. KJ is still looking to be RP. Okay, underneath tower, and KJ is gonna die, but XingQ also going to hit the deck. Analog picks up that kill.
That was a 2 versus 4, and they've got a 1-for-1 trade on the support. It's not bad for XG there.
Hi, Llama. Dealing with Ame, who is zoning him off of the tower while DY pressures in too. Now they will have a rotation.
But what are they gonna do? They can kill Finno, I guess. Nope, it's just a defense. That's all it is. That's all they get from that.
Heads up play by Ame. Not giving anything to free for Devi.
When is this Orchid coming online? It's coming pretty soon. He's about 500 gold away from the Orchid, and that's when the potential magic might happen. But you do have to keep in mind, this is an Orchid without a Spirit Vessel. So you're going to be missing a lot of that damage component from the Solar Bind, because the reason why Solar Bind with Vessel is so good is it's percentage-based damage that reduces your magic resist, right? So it's just an absurd amount of damage that gets put on you just by clicking 2 buttons. So you're not really going to have that damage done to you with an Orchid on you, other than the Soul Burn effect. So he's really going to have to rely on a support coming in, such as a Tiny or a Gyro, to really input that damage, because this is definitely not a solo kill type of build here.
No. Well, unless they really misplay and get hit by, you know, an Illuminate Blast or 2 in the duration.
I mean, the other thing about this build that's kind of like a little strange is the Orchid actually gives you pretty decent right click.
Yeah.
So you might just get clicked down by the Coddle. You don't see all the time. Orchid online, though, I've been talking about a lot because it's actually pretty pivotal on what he can find with this pickup here.
Well, Schofield is in position for XM. I think they just go now. Avalanche toss, easy. Move into position, toss them back underneath the tower. That was way too easy. I mean, that's huge. That's the play.
Yep, that's it. It's exactly what they needed there. The supports to rotate in with the Coddle, and they're gonna smoke while they still have some duration in the Spirit form. And guess who they want next?
Oh man. The other thing is that this is, yeah, and the scan immediately hits. He's gonna run away. You can't stay here now. So you picked this Faceless Void to survive the move, right? That is now not happening. How much of an issue is this for Xtreme?
Well, it's a big issue for Void right now. He needs to react, and he just can't show mid anymore. And he has a Yasha soon, but he's still, like I mentioned, far away from that Manta Stomp. So time for him to just go hit up the jungle or make a play happen on the map here.
Devi does have a blink. They move in. Avalanche, hoof stomp, the full kit.
They don't have damage.
Not enough. They couldn't get him. Ame lives through it, and now Devi Llama still 18 seconds away from Stampede. That's what you get when you only have 1 point and double edge. Schofield hides. The juke back the other way.
The juke?
Outside of him, though. And Schofield running.
Chrono him.
Don't. Do you have enough damage?
Eventually.
With everybody else, they should be able to get him.
I mean, there's no man on Schofield, so. Space, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Brought 5 heroes down there for a Devi and a Schofield. I mean, not a bad trade. But it kind of just goes to show you the damage problems, because Faceless Void's pretty easy to kill this combo. But Lifesteer, he's a strength hero. He's a bit more tanky. And more importantly, they didn't have access to the Solar Blind, so they tried that without Solar Blind, which is probably never going to happen. This DY. Got the ulti off on Analog here, but too many heroes are nearby. They're just going to have to back it up.
Just runs away. Going to be perfectly okay. The entire time all this stuff is happening, K1 is farming. He has almost 3 components of an Aghanim Scepter.
Still less farm than XXS though, surprisingly.
Radiant's bottom tower
Who has been
is
left
under
alone
attack.
for the majority of this lane stage, and kind of goes to show why we don't see anyone but K1 playing PL right now. This hero, unlike a life stealer and such like that, can't really pressure offlaners very well. He can only just focus on his farm. But knowing K1, he's totally fine with that playstyle. Anything that helps him accelerate and gets farm and also scales into the late game is his bread and butter.
Haste. Down bottom, Ame gets his relic delivered while farming out this area. Getting closer and closer to that radiance for the life stealer. While Schofield is just kind of stalking him in the jungle over here. Will be found. Does not have TP for another 3, 2, 1, but at this point he's probably too difficult. Maybe he can get a deny. No, there's no camp there.
And that was sad because he was like 100 gold off Blink, kind of push it back even further. And this Blink is absolutely massive. We saw what he was able to do in the last game playing Tiny with the early Blink Dagger. This game, not even Blink Dagger. In the last game we saw him in, he had a 15-minute Blink and Arcane boost, so having a much worse game this type around.
See up top, a lot of heroes moving over here while Devi is going to TP in.
They want to kill top. Coddle's keeping up here.
Bring more. Looking, Schofield
Finds
finds
Q.
one. Avalanche, and with the toss ready in just a moment, that'll be more than enough to take down Q. And that's the Blink Dagger.
All right,
Maybe want
that's
a
big.
bigger kill, but still good.
Yeah, they definitely wanted the Void before he gets Manta, as he is now just about 1,100 away from Manta here. But he's farmed with him power, and I imagine once they have Manta online for XM, it'll be time for him to start just playing in the Coddle space. He's not able to get this time dilation off on the Coddle just yet because this Orchid is too scary.
Ooh. Ame coming to take out some of these stacks and is going to get there.
Yeah, he has
They
radiant.
have
Okay.
other friends in the area. Now Ame manages TP out.
He tried to get away with murder there. Almost. Very close attempt. K1's like, do not let this man take my stacks. These are mine.
Right. Just trying to get as big as possible. Big TP's mid. EY is there. They're already smoked up. Have the Blink Dagger on Magnus, ready to battle. But there it is. Ava, toss, connection. RP, though, comes in onto several. 3 heroes. Are they going to be able to get away? No. Analog already dead. KJ having to run away. And XM, he lives. What a play. TP out on Schofield. Manages to escape.
What a bait. That was their last opportunity to kill this Faceless Void like that too, because he 100% will be having Manta and 200 gold here. Unless he somehow dies in this play, but it seems very unlikely. So he's just gonna go back, get the tower gold, get that camp gold, and watch this play here. They try to use everything on him, but RP hits on the most critical heroes for this one. They don't get enough damage on the Faceless Void. He gets the time walk off. Coddle goes down. KJ on the gyrocopter will follow suit, and what a turnaround there. Good presence of mind by Schofield to see that the rolling boulder was used and TP instantly, so he was not an additional casualty to that fight.
And like you mentioned, having that Manta now done for XM really going to prevent that just death that we saw from him earlier. And at this point, you sort of wonder, what's your read on the Orchid and the way that it's been used and what it's been able to do? Has it been enough yet at all?
It was the best item he could buy for sure, because I feel like if he had a Vestal, we would have saw this Faceless Void participate more in the fights, and it could have made the Coddle seem really useless with time dilation everywhere he goes, right? But he's got a couple kills on the Void, made it so the Void had just AFK farm. It's made a lot of space for this PL to just slow down the game.
Okay. I guess that's fair. That does sort of, even though it's not getting the kills necessarily that you would want, it found a couple of them and enough that it changed the way that XG could play their draft. But now, as you said, he's got the Manta. They're ready to battle. They have Chronosphere up and ready to go. XM gonna find KJ there to break the smoke. Just going to be brought down, and meanwhile, Hector gonna send in some illusions to finish off farm in the camp. So they dodge the kill. Take down the gyro.
Yeah, he's like, help, Hector, help. And Hector's like, I got you, I'll finish this camp for you.
Oh, the guy.
Nothing he could have done there.
Success. Shows for a moment. Avalanche, Orchid, big roll in. Is it gonna be enough damage? They don't hit on the Illuminate Blast, but they still might be able to bring down XXS. And yes, indeed, they will. Xingqiu, next one to fall. DY, he's in trouble. Going to get brought down. They Chrono one. It's all a little Schofield, but now Solar Bound. To use that Manta there, he will use it. Now Doppelganger chase forward. Orchid gonna get stomped and killed. XM in the dirt.
Yeah, he really wanted that tiny kill. Had to commit a chrono for it, but then he compromised his positioning there and ends up going down, and that's 4 kills for the side of Heroic there. Still with a pretty decent gold lead, but you are playing against a PL. This hero's a monster in the late game. Ame, we'll have to see when he wants to start getting a bit more active in this game. Not even going for a Manta himself on Ame here. Not really respecting the Orchid, just going straight into more just status resistance, thinking he can just out-man fight it. That'll be the case.
I'm curious too, like how this Faceless Void itemizes to try and deal with this game, because he's just naturally not going to be getting as much space as Ame would on a Faceless Void. But I kind of wonder, you know, can he end up becoming like a real threat in these things? Like, does he need to get to that level 20 mark before things start feeling like a normal Faceless Void, or is it ever going to feel like that?
That's a great question. We don't see a lot of mid Faceless Void, and he's not going to be doing a lot of things that most Faceless Voids do end up doing, right? And that's getting space to farm, and he's not buying mid laner items either. He's just buying carry items. And a lot of this does have to do with maybe he would be more comfortable in this game if he didn't have to go Manta first. Maybe go something a little more cheeky. But he's got an Empower at least, so I feel like he's not going to ever be that far behind. I just watched him farm mid wave. That was pretty fast. He's going for a Maelstrom to help deal with the PL. Let's just put it this way. They just got 2 hard carries.
Okay.
On the side of Xtreme Gaming. And if they get to a point where both of them are very farmed, it will be a bit scary. But they're not going to have these cool things like Hexes, Orchids, right? You know, these Parasmas that mid laners normally buy. They're just going to have a bunch of carry items, and it is a lot of overlap. We'll see how they can use it, though.
We'll see if they're able to become the big bad carries that take down the one carry of PL, who also, you know, is going to be helped out a good chunk of the time by Analog throwing in all of those heals constantly on him, and you know, making sure that he can doppelganger more often, and then doing damage in his own right on the Coddle. It feels like a strange game in that regard.
And I heard a lot of these Chinese teams play on Southeast Asia server. I've heard enough players say everyone's a carry on that server.
True enough. Stomp out, Chrono used, heal is there, blinding light. This is the saddest face
K1 though
in the world. K1 doppelganger in 1. Able to get out.
Oh, they got him.
No, not able to get out. And another kill onto KJ now.
Time dilation's back up.
To chase down Analog, but the BKB should allow him to escape.
Yeah.
Divine Llama goes for the TP, or excuse me, the hoof stomp, but no way for him to get away from all that action.
I mean, vice versa, I think both the Faceless Void and the Coddle both have to buy items they don't want to buy in this game because of each other. Like, the Coddle is going to have to buy, like, this BKB, maybe a Lotus Orb or something to keep taking time dilation off of him. And same thing for the Faceless Void. Like, he probably doesn't want to have to go Manta, but he's going to have to buy some items to deal with the Orchid. As Schofield, no way he doesn't get a bash, right? He may not have got that bash, actually. XSS has to come in and get the skewer off, and right into Roshan they go.
Okay.
This is Zonosphere. That's all it was.
All right, fair enough. I mean, the other thing too that I just saw in that last fight that is going to be a little bit interesting to watch is the change of Magnetize now being Well, actually, it is still dispellable. Never mind. I thought that it was.
It is. At level 25, it's undispellable.
Right. The
So you got
doppelganger.
a few levels.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of time before he can get there. Roche goes down. Ame's gonna have the Aegis.
But when you do get there, I mean, I'm a First Spirit player myself. When you do get to that talent, all hell breaks loose and you become OP. Super
Feels
OP.
pretty cool. So, Fear, I've done the math.
Perfect.
I'm kind of, while we're watching these games, keeping an eye on the other ones that are happening a little bit. Right now, Xtreme winning. Right now, slightly Spirit winning.
I don't like where this is going.
It's the pathway towards infinite four-way tiebreakers. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's not saying that we're at the destination, but we're on the road. We'll see what happens.
I mean, some people like the
Oh,
journey.
DY. Look at
Yeah, I
DY.
just want the result.
You see up there? The Venom?
DY? What's that? Oh. Death by Stater.
He's
He
stuck in there. Dude, he's
he probably
actually
dropped
dying to it. The Satyr is killing him.
Oh, no, who will kill him?
He got stuck in there. He was stuck in there for so long.
I mean, technically, the Stater ended up killing him there, but...
Yeah.
Well, he's done for. Rough life. And do you see what DY has queued up? I'm a little bit flabbergasted, and this is going to be his first real item of the game.
Right.
Venomancer is going for a Nullifier as his first item. Position 5.
It's pretty hyped, to be honest. Ooh, Atos. Avalanche onto 2. Tossed up in the air. PL shows up. Ooh, Orchid. On to Ame. He'll back away, though. Illusions will get spammed out, but that's the end of the aggression.
The only question I have is why?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is he dispelling? A Yule's on Centaur? I don't even have a Force Staff.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
Preemptively buying it for the E-Blade that Schofield has queued up?
Orchid. Good pull back and away.
Oh, he has the shard, I see. Now he can grab allies. Okay. That'll allow Ame to play more up.
As we do have a pause, DC.
Is DY actually thinking that far ahead into the future?
I mean, I don't know.
That he's like, somebody eventually is going to have a Wind Waker or an E-Blade. I'm just going to make my first item a Nullifier instead of getting like the normal Venomancer item, which would be like an Aghanim Scepter, right? Because you're probably going to die anyway. Might as well buy yourself an item that is very useful on death.
I mean, to be fair, like all of their damage is right click, right? Like every little bit of it. So you want to make sure that they're going to have things that allow you to right click in the game.
I mean, I love having a Nullifier in the game every single time. And meanwhile, Hector in the bot lane here, he's getting bullied.
Replay.
Yeah, I didn't see like the beginning of the fight and how it went. And at the end there, you'll see this where it's just an amazing just shockwave coming out here. He doppelgangs. I think he ran back into it, unluckily, because the pathing of the staircase. And he ends up going down there, but it happens. Sometimes unlucky.
Well, pause is now done, and a 7,000 gold lead. Zincu is going to place a ward up on the high ground. Also pushing in this wave pretty continuously.
And this PL might be pretty farmed, but look at Ame's like item progression. He went Radiant, Mjolnir, and he has Empower. So he actually has a lot of ways to deal with these illusions. And Schofield.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All right. Dodges a bullet there, honestly. Or did he? I don't know what's going on. Schofield's he's just gonna go in. He's like, whatever.
That's the BKB reveal of Zincu.
Oh no, he had roll up.
It's a bit too late. Wait, Zincu's in trouble now. His BKB's gonna wear out. Oh, they move in. XXS tries to jump out, finds Analog with Ame inside. That is a tasty treat. And now they get the Chrono on the PL, but they don't have quite enough damage on XM to kill him in the duration of it. They run in, and Ame is still big and large and in charge. Avalanche toss to take down XinQ. Schofield got his man. It is going to cost him a decent amount, though. Tries to play Ring Around the Rosie. Not going to be able to do it.
Justice Life. Really good catch on the Keeper of the Light there. Chrono was good, too, but Basis Void plus Life Steal, they don't have a lot of synergy, as you can see in those fights. Even if you Chrono him, your Life Steal is not hitting him. Unless you can get that perfect, like, clip on the corner. But those are definitely not simple Chronos to do. But we'll see if we can get one at some point.
Gonna make another Infest play. That one was scouted, though, right on top of a ward.
The DD.
Yeah,
Almost like
that.
Yeah. Because the problem with infesting is that it actually dispels you fully. So if you ever pop into an infest with empower on NDD, it'll clear them both. So Mag actually has to remember to empower every single time that Ame comes out of the infest. Not the biggest thing ever, especially for players of his caliber, but it definitely means when you have a DD rune, you can't use infest.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well,
Radiant are scanning.
while XM tries to build into his own carry items and get where he wants to be, they have already gotten to a heart fully completed on the PL. Now, they did go for a big smoke move across the map, weren't able to quite catch Ame. He's playing it very safe up on that high ground now.
They're going.
Roll in. Wants to go for the PL. Pulls him all the way back. But Manta, Doppel, back away. Roll in second round. Finding K1. Tries to get out of there. The Stampede and the escape. A good decision. To Schofield out the toss. And ooh, that was close.
He barely infested there.
Tries to roll in, but he didn't have geomagnetic grip back up again. Couldn't do anything. Yeah, good invest to get out. K1, they turn
they
now
got
on him, but RP connects with the Glimmer.
Hitting the wrong one.
They have him? No, the heal wasn't quite there in time. The Hector is going to be brought down. Jeez.
I mean, this game is just starting to feel a little bit like Hector has to do everything. But I don't know if he can, as we know the gyro, he's going to split push top here. But I don't see a world where he gets out. Schofield with a Blink Dagger and a TP with the Aether Lens. He probably will get out. But these BKBs online, XinQ can just go and... He's been a little quiet this game on XinQ, but that was his fight for sure. Finds the real PL. BKBs. Gets the skewer backwards. Puts him in a bad position. They do their best on Heroic to try and disengage that fight, but that PL is just too far into the fight, and he couldn't get out. And that's kind of the problem they're running into right now. Oh, Chrono?
They got him
Analog?
again. Level 20 reach.
Yep, dead.
Big.
I mean, he's just a bona fide carry now on the faces for us. It's a problem, and this is where I keep saying, like, you got one hero that's farmed right now. And it's not even a hero that's farmed. It's more of like a hero that can contribute to the game very much. Because Centaur right now, you've got a Yules, you got an Eternal Shroud, you're going for a Lotus Orb. There's absolutely zero damage on Defy Llama right now. And same with the Caudal. You have an Orchid. Oh, you're playing against mass BKBs now on the spell. You got a BKB. You have no damage. So it really is up to Hector. If he ever gets initiated on these fights, they got no damage. So they got to keep Hector not only just alive, because that's not enough, but continuously pumping out the DPS.
Right. Well, and to be honest, like the way that Hector would carry this game, it's not like you find that big burst in the duration of like one stun or something like that, right? The goal for Heroic is to sort of whittle you down through a combination of Illuminate blasts and, you know, the Spirit Lance spam and all the rest of this stuff. So the fights need to last a while, and if they just Chrono, like, that's not going to happen. Hector is not going to be able to stand there and just spam spells.
Yeah, and if you look at Schofield as well, he's going for that E-Blade, but already preemptively made the Nullifier.
Ame pops it, tries to get away. Second round, silence onto Defy Llama. XinQ, BKB wearing out. Also starting to wear out on Ame. This is an okay fight right here for Heroic. Can they continue it? XinQ starts to die. They're going to bring down that Earth Spirit. Now looking to DY. He gets stunned. He also is going to fall. Fights when there is no chrono. This is what Heroic are looking for.
Yeah, and they just couldn't find the real PL there. Like, Ame was just hitting everything he could. Like, is this real? Is this real? Is this real? Nope, nothing's real there. Chrono was down. I think RP was down for a couple more seconds as well. I think they're a little bit fortunate there to only get away with 2 deaths on their support. But that could go straight into Roshan here. This is definitely a step in the right direction here for Heroic and Hector to potentially carry this game.
XM does have chrono, but a little bit too scary to just head right in or go for a TP to the outpost. And the other thing is that for XG, like, you've got 2 carries, right? You can kind of outlast it, I think. I guess maybe they have 3 carries. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, are you talking about DY Veno? See the other carry?
The XM and Faces and Lifesteal there.
Oh, okay. You said 3. Those are obvious too.
Oh, yeah, well, the mag.
Oh, the Magnus. I thought it was the Nullifier and Venomancer. He seems like a carry to me.
He's right-clicking. This guy gets it.
He does indeed, but there's a limit to carry potential, I
Radiant's
must say.
bottom tower is under
Because,
attack.
yes, you have a lot of right-click damage, but can you hit anyone? That's going to be the other question. And you can't really hit in Chrono as a lifestealer, right? So that lockdown is kind of not really super relevant. And none of their heroes can really hit inside of Chrono except for XM himself. So that disable is just only for him. So I think they would actually benefit if XM and Ame just fought in 2 different parts of the map. Like, you RP infest one guy, and then XM just goes on a different guy himself. He just finishes Scotty. So if he's ever empowered on XM, he has tons of damage. I think that is something that can definitely work. They just have to be careful. If there's ever a Chrono on the lifestealer, that's going to be like worst case scenario, especially if he has Rage running or a BKB, and he actually kites his own teammate.
Yeah, I mean, there is the potential for a little bit of mess ups there. Now they're starting to head down this direction. Hector, their first person that they're going to run into. Do they decide to go on to him?
Real.
Smoke breaks, he runs away. They thought it was fake. XM is now just getting punched and pummeled. Doppelganger out, starts to hit onto the mag. Still has the RP ready. Disperser is onto him. Now the turn, battle continuing. They do still have Chrono if they want to use it. Hector down once. Can they get him again?
They're going to Chrono him. For sure. Oh, no, they got the Void.
Divine Llama's there to the side. Doppelganger walks away. Now the roll in, wanted to find him, gets on top of 1 RP used, and the PL is going to start to fall. Half HP, gets the Doppelganger to try and back out, runs away, gets some separation. Ame still on the chase, runs to the other side, gets
the
away.
Void's dead, maybe.
The entire time, but will it be enough? A Horde toss, they try and take him down, but it's not going to happen. Roll back in. This is a buyback from XinQ as they try and get on top of KJ. They buy back on Schofield now too. A1 Hector still buying some extra time.
Oh, they're recalling
now
Schofield.
realizes he needs to escape. Runs and phantom rushes to the catapult, but can't get close enough. As XXS is going to infest, but still, they kill off XM and they take down the Veno. A great fight for Heroic.
Yeah, XM was just sitting there, just waiting to get Chronosphere off, but you have this high ground vision from the Dire that just saw everything. KJ spamming rockets on him. He's getting stunned by Divine Llama. He wanted to find that perfect Chrono target, but instead didn't Chrono anything. And maybe now he's kicking himself in the... Wow, he just went for a Scotty instead of BKB. Like, I don't know. If he had a BKB there, it would have been so much more simple for him to play that fight.
Yeah. Well, and it starts to really feel like, you know, there's this window for Heroic where if they can take a solid fight before he can get BKB, if they can continue to kill XM and he's not getting Chrono off, they're going to do okay. But I don't know. It feels like it's a crazy thing to have to rely upon, but it keeps working for them. They're pulling it back.
I mean, the thing is, he got 3 time walks off from that fight, and not during a single one of those time walks did he want to cast the Chronosphere. And the moment he went down, like, that fight was looking good, but as soon as XM died, the fight was just over. They really need to use the network that he has. They need to use this Chronosphere on someone, and I think he realized that as well, and that may be just a one-off fight. But if you can manage, because he was just sitting under vision, right? There's just a Dire ward there, seeing everything, and he didn't see anything, and it was nighttime. So they probably need to make sure they play around vision a bit more so Xtreme can feel a bit more comfortable with getting in and out of these fights.
What a bizarre series of events we've seen in this game. And I think, you know,
and XXS might be caught here.
I mean, Atos toss back. They're onto him. BKB skewer. Hector chasing. He runs right into the RP. Schofield. Oh, he actually manages to get away.
But he's bringing lifesteal with
Never
him.
mind. Okay. Yeah, now they are in pretty far on Ame. Roll in from XQ. Infest still has 10 seconds until it's going to be back off cooldown. DY ends up nullifying himself. Roll in looking for more. Chrono onto the Coddle. That's a good one to get.
Yep.
And they do any more. It looks like Devi is going to be the next one to fall. Hector left a while ago. He's like, I'm out of here, guys.
Probably the right choice there, as that time you found your target on Xtreme. You kill that pesky Coddle who's just sitting there casting spells after spells on the back line. Exactly what they needed there. Get level 24 now. On top of the Faceless Void, but the Lifestealer now level 25 as well. Extra rage duration. Picked up the Ags that fight, which really helped solidify the kill onto Schofield there. There's no Chrono now. Maybe this will be another opening here for Heroic when your heroes do respawn. Maybe you have to force a buyback, potentially from Devi Llama. We'll see. 39 seconds seems like a long time against these empowered carries hitting your base.
True. The glyph will come out, kill off the creep wave. Jumps get thrown, illusions get spammed, and they will also have, ooh, jumps in, horn toss, doppelganger runs away, XM half HP, RP
only RP
nothing.
illusion.
Oh, well played by K1 Hector. They're on to another. There's the second round of horn toss, still living. Doppelganger backs away. Half HP, roll in XQ. The right click's coming, trying to find the real one, and they do just that.
No buyback.
Hector is gone, and this game might have fallen through their hands. There is no carry left to defend against this as the jump in hoof stomp comes out, but there is no follow-up. Wait, XM? Low, XM dead. Okay. That's something, but they're going to lose at least this Rax. How much more will they lose in the 70 seconds where, again, Hector dies without buyback? Fought out for the Abyssal Blade in that fight. Toss back underneath the tower, trying to get him. Ame falling. Ame super low. The tower is billing into him. Get away, Centaur. You're doing more healing than hurting. As KJ is now infested, gonna get rolled on and killed. They weren't able to do enough there. Even with the toss back underneath the tower.
I mean, the thing is, they don't have any save on Xtreme Game. If you look at what supports bought, Shin-Q bought BKB, Shivas, and DY just still has the nullifier, so this Faceless Void is just being bullied because the supports don't have Glimmer Capes, they don't have Force Staffs, nothing to save this man. Same with the Ame, but Ame just has raw survivability of his own accord to survive. PL back in 25 seconds, Schofield on his tiny back in 13 seconds. Will they be able to keep their axis alive?
It's gonna be hard.
Enough.
Oh, Divide tried to chase, not gonna happen. Yeah, but they will, as Hector respawns, manage to defend the last set of racks. I mean, this is still just such a huge lead into the favor of Xtreme Gaming right now, though. Feels hard to imagine them dropping the ball here. Let's see how long Roche respawn is. It's 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, you are playing versus a Magnus with a Fresher Orb. You're playing versus a Chronosphere. And now, more importantly, Xtrem's survivability just went up 500%, I think. He bought a BKB, and he's going to be level 25. So I think he literally is 500% harder to kill now than he was in the other engagements here. As long as he times that BKB well.
I did a little bit of research, and I will say that XM is going to, if they can close this game out, move his win percentage from Faceless Void up from 37% in professional games, because he's only played it 8 times total. This will be his 9th game. But see if they can finish it.
Or does he go Chronos for AoE damage? No, he doesn't.
Oh, good. Horn toss into the RP. No! Yule's double runs away. They're out. Divine Llama's still in some trouble here. Schofield has an E-Blade to save a life for a moment, but will it be enough? To the top side, the chase is on. XXS killing off one. Now they're starting to throw out the Spirit Lance as they buy back on the Centaur Warrunner. KJ, he's up on the high ground. Ian Award given some vision. Zinq pulls him back in. That's enough to find him. Now PL continues to beat into these heroes, trying to take him down. Good Infest save. A toss back on to PL, and they find Analog yet again. Barely survives through that chrono and ends up dying to the last little ticks of it. Hector tries to run away, but there is no running from your fate. They will have a stun if they want it in just a moment. Doppelganger to back away, taking down the mana from Zinq. He's gonna die, but Ame gets the last hit. That is an ultra kill for this Lifestealer. Has had all of the answers that he needs for PL in this game.
Yeah, and if they want to, I don't see a reason why they can't just go smack this throne down. But I think they just don't understand that there's no buyback on Hector. Seems to be a common thing for Hector. He much prefers just buying out the items for the immediate team fight instead of buying back for the game.
Ame is going to hit the racks, and then I'm sure at that point go in and check out. But yeah, 60 seconds with no PL, and that should be a good chunk of it. Roche is up. If they wanted to back, they could go for it, but you can see G not gonna make that move. They pull in one. It's going to be Divine Llama, who pops the Stampede, still in trouble. Stuns Schofield, E-Blade to try and save. Lifestealer's inside of him, but it won't end up being enough. Ame, Manta to get away from him. Schofield is going to fall. They continue to hit the tier 4 towers. Still 25 seconds until PL is up, and it's looking like it's just gonna be slightly too late. Tiny is there. Avalanche, buy what time they can. Silence onto Divine Llama. E-Blade is out. They're trying to take down DY. It is enough. Pulling in the Coddle. Coddle tries to run away. Throne still exposed. 8 seconds until PL is there. Ame giving Divine Llama the tip after he dies. And an Ava toss combo after the recall too, to make sure that the Tiny gets out of trouble. Now PL runs forward. Roll in from Zinq. Tries to find him, but Ame hitting the throne. PL trying to hit heroes. Trying to do what he can, but your throne is exposed. They're gonna take it. GG is called. That is Xtreme Gaming taking